So on this video, I'm going to be checking the brakes. So I've got the wheel off, I've got the hub in bits. So I'm going to check the brakes are all right. And don't need changing. So for this, I'm using 3 tools. And let's show the tools. So 1, steel rule. That's for measuring the pads. 2, so whatever these are, dividers, whatever they are. And vernier caliper. Now, they used to be dead expensive, these things, these vernier calipers, but because they're making them out of plastic nowadays, they're incredibly cheap. So vernier caliper, that's for doing the disc. The first thing is, let's have a look at the disc. A bit of cleaner if we've got some. A bit of brake cleaner. So that's brake cleaner. Get rid of any grease on there that shouldn't be there. Make the spray on the back. Now I've noticed as well, I've got a loose back plate there. So that should have a bolt at the top there somewhere. Yeah, we've got a sheared bolt there, so we need a brake back plate. And spray in where we can get into. This is cracking stuff. Oh, I'm running out of running. Running out now. Excellent stuff for cleaning brakes up, because everything evaporates, it leaves no residue behind. So now all nice and clean. Let's have just a spray in the caliper. I should wear a mask for this, of course. Right, there we go. We'll use our torch or our inspection lamp in there. That is the worst inspection lamp I've ever seen. That's terrible. Never mind. We can definitely see in there though. So what I'm going to do is, I'm going to use, first of all, I'm going to measure the discs. So what we'll do is I'll use the rule just to slide along the disc. And what I'm looking for is little grooves. There's a couple little grooves there, but they're all right. There's a lip, which indicates a bit of wear. There's not much of a lip on the end, but that's actually pretty good. And as I touch the other side, yeah, they're fairly flat. So I want to measure them now and see how much they are. So I might have to be the wrong way around here. This is the easiest place to measure them as well, actually, because there's no. So all you do is get both your vernier calipers tight as you can. I say as tight as you can, finger tight so you can get it off again. Nice and parallel with the disc, and then pull it off, slide it off, and then you've got a reading. I've got 10.9 there. So if anyone on the forum or watching this video can tell me what the minimum disc, 10.8, I'll track it around here. The minimum disc width for a LandRover 1988, I'd be quite grateful. Got 10.9 on there, so it looks like we've got 10.9 all the way along. I've got 11.5 there, and we've got 11.6 there, so it's slightly, can't quite get in there. Can I get in there? 11.3, maybe I was measuring that wrong. Just try that again. Well, 11.6 it is, 11.6. I've got a funny feeling that's 10. Why is it 10.9 there? Maybe I've not got these set up quite right. 10.8. It's 10.8 there, but 11.5 all of the way around the rest of the disc, which is really quite weird. So I'm not quite got it on. Oh, 10.9 there. That's because I didn't have it quite parallel. So push it in so it's nice and parallel. Yeah, 10.9. It's 10.9 all the way around. That's why. And these things aren't quite as accurate as the metal ones. That's why they're cheap, but they do the job. Yeah, 10.9. Yeah, so 10.9 or 11. So 10.9, 11 mil around the disc. Because I suspect that is okay. I'll have to check the measurement in the manual on this particular model. So it's a 1988. And but I suspect that's pretty good. So the disc hasn't got enough of a lip on this edge I mean, there's no lip there at all. So I suspect that's a pretty good disc. Now, next job there is to check the pads. So what I'm going to do, because this is harder to do by eye, so I'm going to try and using these dividers, see if I can get an accurate measurement with these dividers. So I'm going to hold my inspection lamp up, which is actually caught underneath my tyre. Put it round there. Just put it on one of the coil springs, that'll do. And then, because doing it by eye is quite hard. So what we do is just measure it on from the edge of the pad to the back plate. This is the back plate, and then that's the actual braking material. That's the pad. Well, the whole lot's the pad, sorry, but this is the back plate, and then this is the braking material. So I'm just going to measure that with my dividers just to make sure I've got the right measurement. Because it's just more accurate than trying to do it by anything else. And let's see if it's the same that side. A little bit thick. Now the inside pad generally wears a little bit faster than the outside pad. Although the pressure is supposedly equal in a hydraulic system, this is the first pad where the pressure comes to. So generally speaking, the inside pad wears slightly quicker than the outside pad, and that's the case in this one as well. Yeah, it's slightly thicker. So I'll do the thinner one. I think I've got an accurate measurement there. I don't know if you can see that on the camera, but that's a pretty accurate measurement of the braking material. Then we use our trusty steel rule, because that stays where it is now. I've screwed it in. On our steel rule, we have got, oh, that's not even blooming, that's inches. So I'll try again. So we've got a measurement on the pad of 10 millimeters, virtually exactly 10 millimeters. So I suspect the pads are pretty good as well. I'm not sure the measurement, but they look pretty fat. Because on some vehicles, you can get down to like 3 millimeters. So 10 millimeters is good. The disc looks pretty good. It doesn't look scored anywhere. It's certainly not got any debris on it or anything. So look like pretty flat discs. There's not much of a groove there at all. There's a tiny bit of grooving, but not much. And there's certainly no lip. So these brakes on the front are pretty good. And because brakes wear reasonably evenly on both sides, I suspect the other side will be just as good as well. So there shouldn't be any need for any brake renewal on this one. So they're pretty good brakes.